sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Prog-richalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Seal of Prog-richalcos. Can't believe we actually made it this far in the series. Most things I end up doing for YouTube I sort of give up on after 3 or 4 episodes, but this one, we're going all the way, baby.
Till the bitter end.
We're about to finish DM, heading into GX, and boy have we got some good games for you today. Take a look at the series scores. Tobias, sitting pretty on 59. Me, the Benbow, leading the charge with 85. Last episode was not so good for Tobias. We managed to dunk on him a number of times with our progression decks and even the sealed matches too. First up, we're going to be opening 5 packs of Duelist pack Yugi, along with 5 packs of Duelist pack Kaiba, from which we'll create a mixed sealed deck, and then we'll move on to the next core set, which is the Lost Millennium. So this pack obviously released in 2009, a good few years beyond where we're at chronologically, but seeing as we're kind of capping off the DM era, makes sense to kind of go through some of the Duelist packs and other side products that directly relate to this in addition to the GX core sets going forward. So from the next few episodes you're going to see stuff like Duelist pack Battle City, Duelist pack Rivals of the Pharaoh, and Legendary Collection Yugi and Joey. But first, obviously, let's get it in to Duelist pack Yugi. So this set is incredibly strong. It has a lot of very powerful cards that we never had access to before. Well, that we had access to before, but we were unlucky enough not to have pulled.
You've changed your tune?
Firstly, Marshmelon is actually a sizable threat. Just being immune to battle destruction is very strong, and being a light, he's very favourable for sort of chaos decks, and you can float on into him with Shining Angel. Monster Reborn, both Tobias and I have missed this card every single time it's been available before, so to pull a copy now would be really good. It would just be a staple of any deck going forward. In the super rares, there's not too much to worry about. Obviously, we've got Triple Polymerization. DMG and Sorcerer of Dark Magic are okay for like Dark Magician decks, but I don't think any of us really want to play those. Ultra rares though, Mirror Force, I do have one of these in my collection and it's currently banned, but I wouldn't say no to getting another copy, just in case Tobias ever decides to unban it. The commons though, this is where things get really spicy. Obviously we get King's Knight, Jack's Knight and Queen's Knight here, which I know originally debuted in Elemental Energy, so we're getting them a bit early here, but I don't think that's going to affect things. These cards aren't exactly that playable.
I'm a knight, and I'm a knight, we're never right.
Then we do though have the gadgets. Now these cards are originally released in the Structure Deck 10 Machines Revolt, and basically set up a whole plethora of different decks where you basically were sort of playing gadget control. One would search another, you'd play sort of battle traps and ways to enable them to survive, and because you kept accruing advantage every single turn that you normal summoned one, you'd just be able to overrun the opponent that way. And that's a deck strategy I'm really fond of. Gadgets and the machines were one of the first archetypes I really truly played at any reasonable level in Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in like 2010. I played a sort of a gadget control list, and yeah, it was a very budget friendly deck, so I'm excited to hopefully pull a couple of each of these guys to be able to make some kind of deck with them going forward. Swords of Revealing Light, having access to this again is kind of scary just because it's really annoying for game states. Same with the Brain Control. Obviously we're getting at this actually in the Lost Millennium as well, which is the other set we're opening today, but we also get another crack at it here first. We get Spellbinding Circle, which is not too good for the progression matches, but will be very strong in a sealed environment. And Stronghold is a pretty decent defensive trap monster. Duelist pack Kaiba also has some similarly busted cards in the super rare slot. Obviously getting access to Whitestone of Legend here is crazy, bearing in mind this card only came out in Crossroads of Chaos, which is like the second 5D set, so being able to potentially play a cool Blue Eyes variant if either of us pull this early would be really awesome. Return from the Different Dimension. This card previously was locked behind the Pyramid of Light booster pack, so having access to it here is great. I mean, it enables some truly nutty things, especially as Chaos is such a prevalent strategy. In the rares, Vorse Raid is just a decent beta and probably not too good outside of the sealed environment. Vampire Lord you already know I don't really like. Kaiser Glider is an okay tribute monster, and Petten is like a sort of a janky Mystic Tomato where he sort of floats into himself, but is a stupid when this card as opposed to an if this card, so misses timing all the time.
Not if. When.
Ultimate rares, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End, baby. Cyberdra, who I believe is still banned in our format. Pot of Greed, obviously we've got one copy, but that's all we need. Ring of Destruction is limited to one. Crush card, Virus though, what a card. And then the ultra rares, you get the alternate sort of Blue Eyes fusions, Malefic Blue Eyes. Those don't really matter too much unless either of us pull fortunate enough that we actually could make any of these dudes. For the other commons, we get the reprints of the XYZ. I think we've probably got 3 of these cards already. Enraged Battleox is okay for Beast Down. And yeah, that's about it from here. Anyway, let's take a look at our collection, see how well we pulled from both of these sets. So starting with Duelist Pack Yugi, we got triple brain control, and bearing in mind it's a common, that isn't even like super likely to have pulled 3 of when you're only getting 5 packs, so this should hopefully give us insurmountable advantage for the sealed set. We've of course got Blader, Catapult Turtle, Dark Magician, we've got 3 green and 3 yellow, and red. Magical Hats is kind of funny because that means we can just potentially avoid some battle scenarios, and Monster Reborn is very nice to see, bearing in mind this card will be in every single one of our decks going forward. Anyway, let's take a look over our Kaiba collection and see what we pulled there. So for Duelist Pack Kaiba, we did get double Ancient Lamp, a couple of clonings which aren't too relevant. We did get 1 Petin, I don't think we even have any more in our collection, so completely useless. We did get Malefic Blue Eyes, but that's again probably pretty bad. We did get the chase card though, the return from the different dimension. And you know me and my chaos, I have the BLS, I have triple chaos sorcerer. This is gonna find a home in some progression decks, I can guarantee you that. And then a couple of Vorse Raider, which should just be good for the sealed deck. Right, let's flick on over to Dueling Book and have a look at our deck profile. So looking at our sealed deck, bearing in mind we only had 50 cards to play with, this is a pretty strong looking 40 cards. We of course have double Ancient Lamp. This card is crazy. If Tobias attacks it while it's set, I can make the attacking monster attack one of Tobias's other monsters instead, which is awesome. Big Shield Gardener is just a nice defensive wall. Obviously, after 1 attack into him, he goes to attack mode, so dies. But potentially if we can get him out early enough, we can use him as tribute fodder, that could be good. Blader requires 2 tributes, so it's maybe a bit hard to make, but 2600 attack is very strong. Catapult Turtle, I don't love, if I'm being honest, but in a scenario where the highest statted 4-star monster is Vorse Raider, just having a 2000 defensive monster with 1 tribute could be viable. Different Dimension Dragon I really don't like.
I don't like it.
He can't be destroyed by spell traps that don't target it, but he also can't be destroyed by battle by monsters that have 1900 attack or less. So essentially if we tribute into this, Tobias is going to have to tribute his own monster to be able to out it. So sort of a weird cost benefit card there. We've got triple green gadget. Of course we don't know the red gadget to search, but we're only playing this guy because he can be searched from the yellow gadget. So we've got double King's Knight. This guy's just 1600 attack, that's it. 1 Lord of D. Giggity. Again, 1200 attack. We do have the Flute of Summoning Dragon, which, just looking at it, what targets do we have there? Oh, Different Dimension Dragon, that's our only target. The 3-card combo, Lord of D, Flute, and the Different Dimension Dragon. Absolutely insane if we're able to pull that off, but I highly doubt it. We have double Z Metal Tank. We don't actually have any of the targets for this card, it's just here for 1500 attack. 1 Dark Magician, 1 Jack's Knight. He's not very good because he's a 1 tribute with 1900 attack, so loses to stuff like Vorse Raider, but at least he has 1900 attack. 2 Judge Man. This guy is actually a really strong 1 tribute monster with 2200 attack, probably the format all-star. 1 Legion, 1800 attack, is pretty good, nice. 1 Saggy, double Vorse Raider. And then for the spells, we've got triple Brain Control. This should allow us to hopefully snatch up some easy OTKs, like if Tobias is sleeping, got a really strong monster on the board, we can just Brain Control, yoink it over to our field, combine that with like a Vorse Raider and something else in the field, that could just be game over right there. Cost down is insane. We can just discard a card to allow us to be able to either tribute summon the Dark Magician or Buster Bailey for 1 tribute, or just summon the Judge Man or the Jack's Knight for free. Diffusion Wave Motion is a bit of a cope card. If we've got the Dark Magician on the field, this allows it to attack every monster Tobias controls once each. Probably not going to happen, but could be funny. Monster Reborn, of course. Cloning, this is just a really good card to keep us even on tempo. When Tobias summons a monster, we just summon a token that has the same attack. He either has to crash into it or leave it be, which allows us to tribute it off for one of our tribute monsters. Double Interdimensional Matter Transporter. If Tobias has a couple of brain control, this is a really good way to deal with it. He tries to brain control one of my monsters. I'll Dimensional Matter Transporter it, get it off the field for the turn, and recur it in the end phase if it would sort of prevent an OTK. Lightfall Sword is not very good, but it just stops one of Tobias's cards in hand for a few turns, so that could come up. Magical Hats and the Stronghold, just to buff out the deck. Let's hop on into the replay and see how we do. Alright, looking at our opening hand, we've got a couple of green gadgets, which is exactly what we don't want to see. We want these guys in deck for the yellow gadget to search. At least we have the yellow gadget to search the final one, which is just going to be a whole hand of green and yellow right now. Right, Tabas is going to go for the set one. Red gadget, wish I had this boy. He's going to grab himself the yellow gadget from the deck, and it's over to us. We draw the IMT. I'm just going to start making up acronyms for some of these longer cards because I can't be bothered to say Interdimensional Matter Transporter all the time. So we're just going to go for the green gadget here. No search. Disappointing. And we're just going to punch on over to Bart's red gadget. Oh, not if the IMT has something to say about it. IMT is going to activate. Red gadget's going to bounce away for the turn. And we're just going to punch in for the 1400. That probably suggests Tobias as a tribute monster. We're going to set down our IMT and Tobias is going to get back his red gadget in the end phase. Tobias' turn. Down comes the Kaiser Seahorse. Not even for a tribute. You just wanted to protect the red gadget that badly.
I love red!
We clearly show no regard for our own green gadgets. We just let him die. We're not going to bother IMTing him. And we're going to take the combined 1600 damage here. Our turn we draw a cloning. Not too useful at this stage. We're just going to set it down though. Summon down our other green gadget. Punch on it over the red gadget. Might as well make these green gadgets do something, given that we aren't able to search them. So red gadget goes down, and we're fully expecting our green gadget to also meet a similar demise. Ugh, yellow gadget. If you have the whole set. Oh no, that's not fair. You've got one of every color, and I don't.
You can't have them all. It's not fair.
Okay, yellow gadget is going to search green. We're going to lose green, and we're also going to take another big portion of damage here. We're not quite willing to risk our cloning yet because the Banlist isn't something anything too powerful. The brain con is nice, but we don't really have any reason to fire it off just yet. We're going to go for the Z Matter Tank, just clear out the yellow gadget. This is sort of very simple caveman Unga Bunga Yu-Gi-Oh here, just big monster beat small monster. Down, speaking of big monsters, here comes the enraged Battleox. Snark. I don't know why I did that. We're going to go for the cloning, get ourselves a 1700 token, so if Tobias wants to keep it one of his monsters on the field, he's going to have to crash with it, which he does. So the enraged Battleox and the token meet their own grisly demise. We're going to lose our Z Metal Tank to the Kaiser Seahorse here, and take another 200 damage. One of these days we'll actually draw a monster we actually want to keep on board for the turn. Today is not that day. We're just going to set down the Ancient Lamp. I figure this is at least, it's kind of funny if Tobias attacks in the wrong order. We can at least potentially kill one of his monsters through its own attacking. Tobias is going to go for the green gadget. That's not going to be good enough. We're going to... You played this trick on me before, Tobias. But now the genie answers to me. Ancient Lamp, I wish for Kaiser Seahorse to attack the green gadget.
Your wish is my command.
My turn, we're drawing the Z Metal Tank. We are just getting all the bad cards here. We're just going to set that down, pass the turn. Tobias is going to summon his own Z Metal Tank. That's enough, and both of our monsters die. Oh, if only we had IMT last turn. We could have brain conned and summoned the Dark Magician and attacked directly for game. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. We're going to set down the Saggy and hope that Tobias doesn't have enough damage on board to destroy us. Thankfully, I mean, IMT does say face up. Let's just pretend I summoned Saggy in attack mode because there's really would have been no reason not to. We're going to take 4,500 here. Put us down to 200, but that's okay. When I've got Dark Magician in hand, I'm basically Yami Yugi here. Being low on life points is where I thrive. Right, we're going to draw the Big Shield Gardener. Sagai is going to return to the field. And we're going to go... Oh, I was like, we're going to go for the brain control, but we actually can't because we're too low on life points.
And the penny drops.
Yeah, I sort of wrecked myself there. Right.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
We're going to set down the Big Shield Gardener, and I think it's pretty much game over because if Tobias attacks it, he goes to attack mode, and then I just die. Yeah, well, at least we're going to deal 900 damage here, and then we just auto lose. Because the Big Shield Gardener's like, I don't want to be a Big Shield Gardener anymore. I want to take off my shield so you can just attack me. Thanks, bro. Okay, we have drawn just about as poorly as you'd expect. Okay, we're going to go for the double set down no monsters. We don't really want to waste the Ancient Lamp when Tabasa only has one monster on the field. Yellow Gadget's going to come down. Tabasa is going to grab himself the green. We're going to go for the cloning as well. Just get the 1200 token, see if Tabasa wants to bother crashing, which he does. Fair enough. Okay. Please give me a competent monster. Vorse Raider, that is a competent monster. Oh no. Do not hit the Raider. Please don't hit the Raider. Okay, I'm sad to see the brain control gone, because that probably means we don't have access to the Dark Magician line for a while. I don't think I could figure out how to do Banish face down, so I just put it on the field there. Alright, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Vorse Raider, attack directly, buddy. Braincon is huge if Tabasa is a tribute, but we're going to go for the IMT, try and protect the Vorse Raider here. Hopefully that has iced out one of Tabasa's tributes like the Judge Man. Down comes the Enraged Battle Ox. We'll take the 1700. I ain't afraid of that. In the end phase, the IMT is going to return the Vorse Raider to the field, and we're going to grab from our deck to the hand another Ancient Lamp, which is actually pretty good because if Tabasa is able to Braincon our Vorse Raider or do something with him next turn, he might at least have 2 monsters on the field. We're just going to go full aggro though. We're going to go for the Vorse Raider, tack on in, and then the Ancient Lamp get on in direct.
This is no ordinary lamp.
Tabasa's turn, and the green gadget comes down, fetching Tabasa red from the deck. It's going to be able to out the Ancient Lamp, and I'm going to take 500 damage here. Not too bent out of shape about that, if I'm honest. We draw our own Light Force Sword. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to set that down, set down the lamp, and go for the Vorse. We're going to keep on plugging with the Raider. And speaking of raids, I would like to talk to you guys about a game that you might not have heard of. Well, you might have heard of. It's a little known game called Raid Shadow Legends. In this mobile RPG, you can collect many amazing characters and champions from across the fantastic... This bit died before it even started. I'm not sponsored by Raid. Right, we're going to go for the Light Force Sword. Banish one of Tabasa's cards in hand. He actually figured out how to do the Banish face down, and apparently I guess that's shown me how I can do it myself. Right, so we're going to actually put our brain control correctly in the Banish face down pile. We're going to draw another Braincon, that's pretty good. We have Tribute 2 for the Dark Magician, the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. Will make sure that your weak monster is no more. Oh.
You triggered my monster's special effect! His name is Marshmallow, and when he's attacked, you lose 1,000 points! And as an added bonus, he can't be destroyed in battle!
Well, that's... Yeah, I wish I'd kind of waited on tributing, because I could have stolen that with Braincon in main phase 2 and tributed that instead. As it is, how the hell do I beat Marshmallow now?
Oh, my prayers have been answered.
Oh, that's pretty good. Drawing the Judge Man is nice. We can just go for the Braincon, pay the 8, steal the Marshmallow, tribute it off. Judge Man has come, and Tobias, you are judged guilty of losing. Zing. Boom. Alright, we get the Legion and the Ancient Lamp combo, all monster hand. Love to see it. Tabasa setting down a monster. We're going to go for the Legion. Ugh, it's the Marshmallow. Our turn, we're just going to summon loads of monsters. Big Shield Garn. We're tributing them down. Summon the Blader. Tabasa's losing a heck of a ton of life points here, but we still have no way of dealing proactively with the Marshmallow. Tabasa's going to set down another monster. We're going to go for the yellow gadget. That's going to fetch us a green gadget. We're going to attack on him with the Buster Blader, ties with the Big Shield Gardener, but thankfully the Legion is able to clear. Braincon is pretty deadly here, and Tabasa going to go for the double tribute for the Dark Magician. We're going to cloning that, build up our copy, and that's just game. Oh, we kept going. The games never end. Alright, down comes Enraged Battle Ox. We're going to set one. Down comes Hitotsumi Giant. Okay, that card is huge here. We're going to go for the Stronghold, get ourselves a 2000 Defender after taking 1700 damage. I don't know why we didn't wait until the first attack. We're going to go for the Braincon, steal the Enraged Battle Ox, summon down the Dark Magician, the ultimate wizard in terms of offense and defense. It's going to get Braincon by Tobias, tributed off for the Jax Knight. You should have done that in main phase 2, Tobias. You would have been more damage. Okay, you did do that in main phase 2. I'm just looking at the life points there. I think I probably gave that to you. Just like, dude, why did you play this so poorly? Right, Jax Knight and Yellow Gadget are going to punch on in, and we're down to our final 18. Thankfully, the Vorse Raider is like the best draw ever, and BrainCon is the game. Into that all-important game 5. Right, we're going to set down the big shield Garner. That's just going to bounce off the Kaiser Seahorse, so we can tribute it off now for the Judge Man. Judge Man is going to be pretty hard for Tabas to deal with unless he has his own BrainCon. He's going to set down one card. We're going to go Light Force Sword here. Oop, what the hell is going on? Light Force Sword is going to banish the yellow gadget. Doesn't matter, we're going to summon the Lejin, punch on over the big shield Garner, take a bit of damage from chip damage, and then the Judge Man will judge him guilty. Battleox comes down, and this is just looking game over for you, Tabas. The second you get below 800 life points, there's no coming back in this format. Do.
It never ends.
Okay, we're going to go for the Vorse Raider here. Clear out Tabas's pet. You actually got double pet 10? Are you kidding me? Right, okay, we're going to go for the Jack's Knight. Okay, so we're going to go for the King's Knight. Ooh, Spellbinding Circle with the Vorse Raider. Gotta say, that's pretty cool. Raider's gonna come down, clear out the Zed Metal Tank, and now we are scrambling. We are needing a tribute monster badly that we can actually use to get rid of the Raider here. BrainCon is pretty strong, but the IDM is just too strong indeed. Raider comes back to the field, and thankfully we are able to use the Ancient Lamp to clear out Tabas's Jack's Knight and retain a bit of advantage on the field. That being said though, when Tabas is being able to search all his gadgets, that advantage soon dries up. We're going to go for the King's Knight here, clear the red gadget at least, and hope that Tabas isn't able to apply any more pressure to us. Going to banish one card from Tabas's hand. Down comes the yellow gadget, picks up the red. Thankfully, we are just keeping Power T because this Ancient Lamp has a surprisingly decent defense for this format. We're going to go for the BrainCon, steal the Blader, tribute it off, send a monster. We probably should have attacked with the Buster Blader first before doing that, but, you know, I'm dumb.
You don't say.
Thankfully, Catapult Turtle is a pretty good monster here, difficult to deal with. So we're also going to crash with our cloned Jack's Knight. Here, yellow gadget, grab a green gadget. I'm surprised I even have any gadgets left in the deck, and we're just going to lose him. Oh, we're going to tribute for the Jack's Knight. Jack's Knight is going to be able to clear out the green gadget, and suddenly my recording has frozen. Okay. My tab froze a bit. Okay, Saggy goes down. Not sure exactly what happened there. Tabas sets down another monster. We can go for the King's Knight in. Attack into this final monster. Ugh, it's the Marshmallow. We're thinking here we've got quite a bit of damage if we just keep doing the Catapult Turtle game. We're going to go for the cost down, summon these guys, start tributing them all off for the Catapult Turtle. Green gadget goes down, 700 damage. We're going to Light Force Sword one of Tobias' cards in hand. He's got enough of them. He's got 7 cards there. At least now you won't have to discard for turn. BrainCon, steal the Catapult Turtle. BrainCon again, steal the Jack's Knight. Tribute them both for the Dark Magician, and thankfully every turn I'm drawing a monster, so I'm not actually losing the infamous meme. Oh, the monster reborn for the Blader. Oh, it's over, Tobias.
Well. How the turntables.
Light Force Sword comes down, banishing the Blader. Thankfully, we still have one Blader left standing. Tobias is going to get back his card that he banished. Discard the magic reflector for turn. Oh my god, it's another Marshmallow, and now we're out of the BrainCon range. Tobias is walling up. We have got no fear. If that's a third Marshmallow, we just lose, and we might just lose anyway. No, IDM is great. We get to retain our Blader. This is coming down to the what? Tobias is on 450. We're going to set down a couple of cards, pass the turn. Tobias is going to discard. We can't do anything. We're going to set, pass. We're going to go for the Stronghold and the Big Shield Gunner. Tribute them both for the Dark Magician. We still can't do anything, and we do not want to risk attacking into any of Tobias' defensive threats now. We're going to tribute for that, and Tobias loses. He runs out of cards. Oh, we couldn't beat the Marshmallows, but we're too strong, baby. The deck size, baby. That's what you get, Tobias, if you run consistent gadgets. You lose, Tobias. That's what you get. Boom. Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't get any red gadgets now. Yeah. Now, the Lost Millennium is the first GX era set and the last of the sets legal in the beloved TCG format GOAT. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of the worst core sets of all time.
You're trash.
TLM.
The main focus of this set, if you can call it that, is rock monsters. Specifically, rock monsters in face-down defense position.
How could they be so stupid?
Yeah, it's that kind of set. Looking at the super rares, none of these cards are good apart from Brain Control, which obviously we've already picked up on from the Duelist pack Yugi and Kaiba. I guess Mega Rock Dragon is funny back in the playground. I do remember this card from the structure deck, Invincible Fortress. Ancient Gear Golem is like an okay monster, but for 2 tributes, not worth it. The Elemental Heroes debut here with Flame Wingman and Thunder Giant, and they're both pretty bad payoff. We get the Hero Signal, which is fine. The first like vanilla E-Heroes, which all suck. Moai Interceptor Cannons is funny, it's 2k defense. Medusa Worm and Guardian Statue will probably see the most play from the sealed deck because these cards are actually retrains of good cards. So Medusa Worm is essentially the exact same card as Swarm of Scarabs, and Guardian Statue is just a weaker version of the Golem Sentry. I don't know why they decided to give us another Golem Sentry that's exactly the same except has less defense, but they did. Looking at the other cards, we get the introductions to Charmers here. They're all pretty bad apart from Orza. She's going to be instrumental in the mirror match, just being able to steal opponents' Earth monsters when most of the monsters in the format are Earth. Is very strong. Des Wombat is unironically one of the best like 4-star attackers just because it's got 1600 attack. That's saying a lot.
That's a pretty low bar.
King of the Skull Servants is funny for like white decks, but I don't think either of us have anything resembling that at the moment. The spells are all pretty garbage, likewise the traps. So yeah, there's really not much going for this set. Let's take a look over our card collection and see how well we pulled. Alright, we've got a couple of beasts. We got 2 Golem, the cover card. Not that it's going to do us much good. We did get the 1 Brain Control already though. We have 3, so I don't think that's going to be useful for us progression decks, but it's nice to have in the sealed environment. 1 DD Survivor. I'm a little disappointed by that just because I think a Chaos deck once we get to like Macrocosmos and stuff like that would be really fun to play, but with only having 1 Survivor it probably wouldn't be reliable enough. We got 3 of every important E-Hero. I say important just because they're useful for fusion material. None of them are actually good cards. We did get the Thunder Giant. We got the Lone Wolves, but we only got 1 Monk Fighter, so that combo is pretty unreliable even in the sealed environment. I suppose we did get the 1 Millennium Scorpion, who's probably the best tribute monster in the set just because it continually gets bigger. But other than that, I mean, like, this is just garbage. None of these cards are really going to be too useful going forward. Right, let's take a look over at our sealed deck and see what we could brew. Oh boy, that is a lot of brown. Right, we are playing a really ugly looking deck, if I'm being honest. Like, all of these card artworks are just kind of fugly, and they just make a really unbearable to look at brown slush. Yuck. Right, we're playing the 1 Ancient Gear Beast, 1 Ancient Gear Golem, triple Orza. As I said, this card is probably the best sleeper card in the set, just being able to flip it over, take one of Tobias's Earth monsters as long as we control Orza. I mean, pretty much every monster in the set is Earth, so this is pretty much always going to be live, and the 1500 defense is surprisingly kind of okay. We've got the 1 DD Survivor, he's just an 1800 attacker, that's all. Double Guardian Statue, potentially we can get some advantage out of flipping this guy over to bounce Tobias' cards back to the hand, unlikely though. 1 Hieroko Sphinx, this card is very strong, 2400 attack for 1 tribute is obviously premier stat lines, and innately just protects our defense position monsters from being attacked. Triple Medusa Worm, you know I love my Swarm cards, so this card is insane. 1 Millennium Scorpion, double Mine Golem, triple Moai Interceptor Cannon, this guy's just got 2000 defense. Triple White Ninja, this card is insane because on flip he can just destroy a defense position monster on the field, which is one of the few ways to deal with some of these high defense monsters without having to commit a tribute monster. We're playing triple Claimant and the triple Sparkman just because seeing as we have access to triple polymerization in these sealed kind of decks, we might as well play the line to get us into Thunder Giant. It's better than most of the other cards that we could have had. We are playing the 1 Brain Control, obviously. Double Shifting Shadows, this card is not very good, but we can just potentially mind game Tobias by moving around some of our like Medusa Worms and Moais and maybe cause Tobias to attack the wrong monster by mistake. Could happen. Triple Gravelaw. This essentially is just a way to potentially like randomly get rid of one of Tobias's good cards. It has... I'm not even sure whether Dueling Book has a hotkey for that. Hopefully it does, because it'll be really tough to resolve otherwise. 1 hero signal, and level conversion lab is a bit of fun. We basically pick one monster in hand, reroll a die. If the result is 1, we lose the monster forever. If the result is 2 to 6, the monster becomes that level. Alright, not too optimistic about this deck list. It looks like hot garbage, but we'll see what we do. Alright, let's hop on in over to the games. Entering into the Lost Millennium Sealed Duel, and we're looking at our hand, and it's about as good as you can expect from any random selection of 5 of these cards. We're going to draw into the Medusa Worm, and we're just going to go for the Moai first of all. That card is pretty much unbeatable in this position because there's no way Tabas can get a White Ninja or Orza down and up. Tabas is going to summon down something or other, Monk Fighter, the image loaded Monk Fighter, and go for the Kaminote Blow. Destroy the monster that battle with these monsters on your side of the field at the end of the damage step. So you know I said there was absolutely no out to a set Moai Interceptor Cannon?
Clearly I was wrong.
Turns out I was completely wrong because Monk Fighter plus Kaminote Blow is that out. Alright, so Moai is going to go Mo bye bye, and Tobias is gonna... Oh wait, it doesn't take any damage because of Monk Fighter's effect. This is kind of cool. We've got like Monk Fight, we've got the Kaminote Blow art on Monk Fighter now. I guess it's kind of fitting given that is him. Right, we're going to draw into another Sparkman. Oh, you have assembled the combo. Yeah, well, that is about as good as it gets. This Monk Fighter is now unable to be destroyed by battle and unaffected by all my monster effects. So, pretty much unkillable. At least we can do some damage to it though. So we're going to go for the Sparkman. Oh, we can't even do damage because of its effects. I just literally read its effect like 10 seconds ago and I already forgot the fact that I can't do battle damage to him.
You moron.
Oh, right. This is going to be a long one. So I was going to set down a monster, pass a turn. Our turn. We're going to draw the level conversion lab. Pretty good should we draw one of our bigger guys, but not too useful at the moment. We're just going to go for the Sparkman into the new set, which is a dummy golem. This is going to be all kinds of whack to commentate with the card art not loaded. Alright, so I get to set... Oh, there we go. Select one monster. I control the switch controller, select monster, and this card. Oh, that doesn't do anything because the dummy golem dies. Okay, that's a kind of a weird tech conclusion. We're just going to set down the level conversion lab. We're going to set down the Orza and end the... Plus, we're going to go for another Kaminote Blow, making sure his Monk Fighter can easily out our set Orza. Unfortunate to lose her, but she was going to die anyway. I mean, her effect does nothing while the Monk Fighter is affected by the Lone Wolf. We're going to draw the Medusa Worm, which we're just going to set down and end the turn. Jabas's turn passes.
One eternity later.
Ah, the brain control. That is pretty nasty. You're going to be able to steal one of my monsters and probably tribute it off, yep, for the Millennium Scorpion. Ah. Well, the game would seem to be over. We're going to lose the Mine Golem here. At least the boss will take 500 damage as the White Ninja also dies. We're going to set down the Medusa Worm and pass the turn. Tabas is going to go for his set, Medusa Worm is going to fall, and the Millennium Scorpion is going to get bigger, bigger, bigger. At this point, it's literally unbeatable, and I don't think there's any way we have to win, especially when White Ninja is able to cleanly deal with the Sparkman. We're going to take 3,000, 5,800 damage here, and yeah, things are not looking good. Gravelore is a terrible draw, and that is the game. I think I did have in my side deck some of those trap cards that actually do counter the... Yeah, there we go. We've got the Royal Surrender. This actually counters the Lone Wolf. So now we actually have it in hand. We actually have a way to deal with the Monk or Monk Fighter unkillable board setup. Right, we're going to draw the Polymerization, which is funny given we've got none of the fusion materials. We're going to go for the DD Survivor. Set down both of these. Tabas's turn. We're going to go for the Gravelore immediately. Oh, that is a huge hit. Millennium Scorpion is just basically dead now. As if Tabas only has one of that, that's like an absolute goated hit. Okay, Tabas is going to set a monster, pass the turn. Oh, I won't say no to this Clayman. We're nearly there at the Thunder Giant. We're going to tribute the DD Survivor for the Ancient Gear Beast.
Now, let him have it, Beast.
But not enough to get past this clay body built to last. Oh my god, you and your brain control.
How can this be?
Okay, if the beast falls for a beast, I suppose that shows that the Ancient Gears are quite a eco-friendly lot. They're recycling themselves into other beasts. Right, we're going to take the 2k from the beast, and it's our turn. We're going to set down the white ninja. This is a way to out the Clayman as we lose him. So we're going to do that. Actually, we're going to punch over Tobias's new set monster just in case it's a Medusa Worm, because if we get put back on tempo with Medusa Worm, there's no hope in this game. Thankfully, it's just a dummy golem, so actually we probably just could have cleared the Clayman there. We draw our second Clayman here, which means that we can comfortably just set one and know that even if it dies, we at least have nearly all the fusion requirements for the Thunder Giant. Tobias goes for a tribute set. Okay, and Clayman is going to bounce off the beast. Oh, it's over, Tobias. Get your game on.
Say hello to Elemental Hero Thunder Giant.
Boom, baby. Thunder Giant. Strike on in. Attack your newly set defender. The Cryo.
Thunder Giant's effect activates. Static Blast.
Get rid of the beast. You can set down the Medusa Worm. Start applying the proactive tempo. Oh. Uh-oh. Monk Fighter and Kaminote blow, and the Thunder Giant dream is dead. At least we're not having to deal with the Monk Fighter with the Lone Wolf. So now we can easily go for the Medusa Worm, flip it over, kill the Cryo Sphinx, and set down the Mind Golem. I know this is pretty much going to bait out the Medusa Worm's death here once I return to the duel. Yeah, I know this is pretty much going to bait out, anything to just kill the Medusa Worm, because you can't have that guy living around for multiple turns. White Ninja's going to come down, clean out the worm, and it's over to us. White Ninja of our own. Just go for the mutually assured destruction between the White Ninjas, and they both die. Tobias' turn. Right, Tobias, go. Ooh, the Millennium Scorpion. Get lured to the grave, buddy. You ain't being summoned this game. Sets monster passes the turn. Go. We're going to draw the Shifting Shadows. At this point, we're just going to pass and get wrecked by my own inactivity.
Of course, you will have to accept the consequences of your inaction.
Medusa Worm is going to flip over, and we're going to lose the Mind Golem here for another Millennium Scorpion. Well, that's just the game, right? I think I just lose. Yep, 2k to the dome. And there's pretty... Wow, that's actually like the best draw. Millennium Scorpion has to destroy a monster by battle to gain the attack. Moai actually walls it pretty effectively. Tobias going to draw, set a monster, attack in. Get intercepted, buddy. The cannons are protecting me. Another shifting fucking shadows. We're going to set that down, and Tobias is going to pass. Our turn. Polly, useless. Tobias' turn. Our turn. Well, another Moai is pretty good. Whoa, no, you attach another cannon. Whoa, crazy. Still just, there's just nothing going on here. Oh, buddy, now there's something going on. We're going to tribute one of our Moais for the Hierarcho Sphinx. Now my Moai is protected from battle, and your Millennium Scorpion is down. Feeling pretty... Oh, Hero Signal, that's pretty flashy. It gets you into another 2k defender. Sure. Pass the turn. What the heck is this card? Impenetrable Formation? All monsters on your sort of field attack the card. While you have 2 or more monsters in your field, and all monsters on your field are in defense mode. Such a monster gains 700 defense. I mean, this guy's clay body built to last is never going to be beaten. 2,700 defense. How the hell do I out that? I guess I just have to pick apart everything else that Tobias controls until his impenetrable formation can be penetrated.
Giggity.
Right, we're just going to go for the Hierarcho Sphinx. Ooh, we luckily hit the Medusa Worm. No advantage out of that card there for you, Tobias. We're going to set down our Guardian statue and pass the turn. After going for the Shifting Shadows, paying the 300. Ooh, we move our defensive monsters. You'll never know where the Moai is now. Tobias ends his turn. Alright, we're going to flip over the Guardian statue. Bounce. Huh? Oh, Tobias is going to go for the White Ninja on his turn, I guess. kill the Moai. Our turn, we're going to flip over the Guardian Statue, bounce the Claimant back to hand. That destroys the impenetrable formation, and then the Hierarcho Sphinx can kill. Oh my god, the Hierarcho Sphinx is getting the clean kills. Every time Medusa Worm gets put down, Hierarcho Sphinx is like, ooh, going, I'm a bird, I like worms, get me out. Well, we're going to set the Guardian Statue back down and pass it over. The White Ninja is going to cleanly out the Guardian Statue. Not too bent out of shape about that, if I'm honest. Another polymerization, and completely useless. We're going to go for the Hierarcho Sphinx. At this point, we believe all of the Medusa Worms are in the graveyard, so the only thing we have to really worry about is Guardian Statue. So we're just going to clean out whatever Tobias has newly set, and it's another Claymore. That goes down, and it's over to Tobias. Flips over the Moai. Oh, what the hell is going on? Oh my god. You flipped over these guys to attack into the Hierarcho Sphinx for the Monk Fighter. You think your lone wolf will win you this game, Tobias? I'm prepared. Royal surrender! With this, I can negate your lone wolf and leave... Oh, well, the Camel Note Blow is... Wait, aren't we in main phase 2? Huh? How is this legal? We were in main phase 2. He'd already attacked with his other two guys and crashed them. I mean, I have like 5 cards in hand that will do nothing, so I guess it's not too big a misplay, but like I probably should have comfortably won with the Hierarcho Sphinx there. Oh, doesn't matter. We've drawn the Millennium Scorpion. Game is over anyway. Millennium Scorpion hit on in for 2k. Oh my... No! I'm gonna lose. Is what I'd say if I didn't have the brain control! Give me that Monk Fighter. He's mine now. And with that, Tobias, your life points cease to be. Medusa Worm, Monk Fighter, kill him by his own hands. Ka-cha! Oh my gosh, and we're into the game 3. Let's turn this fast forward on because these are slow defensive grinds. And I don't like slow defensive grinds unless I'm playing some gimmicky deck, not just because the cards are bad. Right, we're going to set down loads of cards. Medusa Worm's going to start farming off. We're going to lose our Moai here. We're going to flip over the White Ninja. That's going to be able to out Tobias's Medusa Worm. We're going to out another Medusa Worm by a battle. We can now start with our Medusa Worm popping. Gets rid of the Clayman. Clayman is going to come and absolutely wreck us. White Ninja is going to get summoned. We're going to lose the Medusa Worm here. Clayman is going to hit into Clayman, and I don't know exactly what happened there, but things did. We're going to reveal the Ancient Gear Golem with the level conversion lab, making him a 2. Summon this 3,000 guy for free. And now, Tobias, your dreams of winning a sealed match are over. Well, okay, I guess if you play 7,000, what the hell is going on? Okay, what the gift? Sorry, what? Gift of the Martyr. Almost on your far side of the field to the graveyard. Oh my gosh, the wombo combo with brain control. Steal my Ancient Gear Golem and then tribute it off to boost the monster by 3,000. That is absolutely insane. Alright, so we actually lose our Golem here. Damn. Well, at least we've got our couple of Moais here with Ozza. We're going to go in with the Sparkman here. We've got the Poly, but we don't quite have the other thing. And that's the game. Now, we have a plethora of insane progression decks to showcase this episode, and I'm super excited to get into some of these replays to show off some nutty things. First up, it's our Dark Magician deck. Now, I know what you may be thinking, Dark Magician in this economy? Well, yeah, we're kind of severely limited by basically every single factor under the sun, but we have managed to brew up something completely bonkers for you to enjoy. This is sort of Dark Magician, fusion, monster gate reasoning, good stuff.
That was a mouthful.
Now, the core card in this deck is Diffusion Wave Motion. So we pulled one of this back in Magician's Force, and we got another one in the Duelist pack Yugi. And essentially, if we control a level 7 or higher spellcaster monster, we can pay 1,000 life points, and this turn it can attack all monsters the opponent controls once.
Is that all it does?
Now, that's not a very good payoff to build an entire deck around, but we have done so nonetheless. As such, we've obviously got the 2 Dark Magician, which are the primary targets with the Diffusion Wave motion, but I scoured my collection to see if I had any other level 7 or higher spellcaster monsters, and I found one. The Skull Knight.
It's so edgy.
So this card is almost impossible to make normally because its 2 fusion materials are garbage, requiring Tainted Wisdom and Ancient Brain, but it has 2,650 attack. So in order to sort of plug and play that card, we are playing the 1 Tainted Wisdom, and we are playing triple King of the Swamp to act as a fusion substitute. Since we're playing a fusion substitute type monster, and we've got the Dark Magician, we might as well also play the Dark Flare Knight.
He's clearly mad, like his cousin.
This card is almost impossible to play normally because it requires Dark Magician and the fusion monster Flame Swordsman, but as long as we've got the King of the Swamp in hand, that can count as the Flame Swordsman for the fusion summon. It's not actually a spellcaster, and it's not even level 7 or higher, so it doesn't combo at all with the Diffusion Wave motion, but it's like a funny thing we could make. Since we're playing a plethora of spellcasters and a lot of random janky spells, we're deciding to go for the Apprentice Magician into Old Vindictive Magician line. It's a combo that doesn't really make sense in this deck. There's no real reason to play it, but it's spellcasters, so why not? We're playing triple Mystic Tomato. This card is actually really strong because it can search us the Sangan or the Tainted Wisdom. And then we obviously have the Sangan and the Tainted Wisdom themselves. We've got double Skilled Dark Magician. We are playing loads of spells that are just like innately activatable just whenever. And so the dream is hopefully we can just summon this guy down, activate 3 spells, maybe tribute it off, make a Dark Magician from the deck. And we've got double Roaring Magical Library again because of the abundance of spells. For our final monster, we're playing Sorcerer of Dark Magic. So if we control 2 level 6 or higher spellcaster type monsters, which is never going to be the case, we can tribute them both to summon this guy, who can negate trap cards.
And it seems like it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the investment in this will be worth it if we ever get into a position where we could summon it. We're playing the 1 card of Safe Return. Again, this is just a spell card we can just activate whenever, just to be able to proc both the Royal Magical Library and the Skilled Dark Magician. And we do have now 2 revival spells to use it with. It was the Monster Reborn and the Premature Burial. We've got the double Diffusion Wave motion. We've got 1 Last Will. The Monster also combos with this. We can just tribute the Sangan or any other monster, hopefully pull out like the Dark Magician from deck for free with this. We've got the Monster Reborn, we've got the Monster Reincarnation to recur cards from the graveyard. We've got triple No Man of Extermination because this deck loses heavily to back row. Double Polymerization as mentioned earlier. Pot of Greed, Premature, double Reasoning. Again, this is like Monster Gate. We've got a lot of different levels here. We've got 2, 3, 4, 7, and even the 6 with the Jinzo. So this could get us some very crazy plays. We've got 1 Scapegoat and 1 Upstart just for protection and draw power. And then for the traps, we've got Royal Decree and the 7 Tools of the Bandit. For the side deck, if things go really badly, we can just plug in this Chaos Shell and hopefully that works well. Anyway, let's have a look and see how we do. Well, opening just about as well as we can. We've got the King of the Swamp, we've got the Pot of Greed, and we have the Mystic Tomato. Let's see what Tabas is cooking with. Oh dear. The Granador comes down with the ALO. That likely means that's either a Torrential Wall or a Gravity Bind. Both of which hard counter my deck. We're going to go for the Pot of Greed here. Draw 2. Instantly regretting doing that because I could have just Reasoning to hopefully have got the Dark Magician immediately. We're going to go for the Arm Out. We're going to call the Reasoning here. Tabas is going to go Ring. Alright, that's fair enough. We both take 0 damage. And I guess Tabas called 4 because we don't get the Mystic Tomato. Well, we're just going to pass. See what you can do, Tabas. That's a lot of damage. We're going to take 42 here. Okay, Skilled Dark Magician is a pretty nice draw. We can set down the Mystic Tomato and just hope we live. This has gone south very quickly. We're going to float 1 tomato into another. We're going to take... what was that, 700 damage, and then we're going to float that one into the Sangan, and we're going to take 1050 here. Yeah, we're going to grab a King of the Swamp. We can use this to grab the Poly so we can make our fusion monster. 7 tools is nice, but we can't afford to wait till next turn to make our play. We have to go now. We're going to discard the King, grab the Poly. Oh, and we're going to go for the Skilled Dark Magician here. Okay, that baited out the trap. That's nice. We're happy to see the trap hole go. Not that it would have actually affected our fusion, but still. We're going to go for the Poly here, using the Dark Magician and the King of the Swamp to make the Dark Flare Knight. You take no battle damage for battles involving this card. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can summon a Mirage Knight from my deck, which I do not have. But Tobias, you're about to get cooked. Premature Burial. I pay 800 life points, recurring my Dark Magician, and now, with just enough life points left, I activate the Diffusion Wave Motion, paying 1000 life points and enabling my Dark Magician to swoop on through all 3 of your monsters.
Go, Dark Magician! Dark Magic Attack!
Those Granadoras might have given you life points when they were summoned, but now you're gonna take a colossal amount as each of them falls to the power of the Ultimate Wizard. Dude, you gotta take 4,000 more damage, dude. Dude, take the 4,000 damage. Dude, but you didn't take the Granadora damage. Or the Dark Flare Knight damage. Oh, I have just read the last text of the Diffusion Wave Motion. The effects of monsters destroyed by these effects cannot activate and are negated. So that negates the fact that Granadora costs you 2,000. That's like the least. That literally probably the one card that once it's like destroyed by battle effect negated, and Diffusion Wave Motion happens to do that. I don't know why you didn't take 2,200 from the Dark Flare Knight, and it doesn't matter though, because I lose to the brain control. Well, we got to pull off the wombo combo. We summoned Dark Magician, we summoned Dark Flare Knight, we used Diffusion Wave Motion, and we still lost. So yeah, this deck is a great deck. But we're gonna go first this time. Okay, we're just gonna set down the Apprentice Magician and the Royal Decree and pass the turn. A low plus Gagagigo. We're gonna lose the Apprentice Magician here. At least we can float on into the old Vindictive. And as Tobias enters turn, we're gonna go for the Royal Decree to ice out his back row. There's a trap. That's actually live. When Tobias draws, he's gonna have 4 cards in hand. That's really good. Right, we're gonna go for the old Vindictive here, pop the Gagagigo, and now we're gonna Monster Gate Marais. Ooh, what we're gonna get? Oh my god, we're just gonna mill our entire deck here. Where's the monsters? All of that for Mystic Tomato. What did we lose? We lost the Reasoning, we lost the Card of Safe Utensils without Magic. Okay, we lost a lot of cards there. Hopefully though, that means we can draw into our better cards sooner rather than later, I guess. Right, we're going to summon down the Skill Dark Magician. I don't know why I didn't do that first. Oh, I did do that first, pretend I did. He's got 1 counter on. And we're going to hit on him with both these guys to deal a nice 3,300. Right, Tobias' turn. Oh, Lightning Vortex. That's probably better. Lightning Vortex comes down. Tobias is going to discard Terraforming out both of our monsters, and the Granador is going to be able to sweep on him for 2,100. At this point, you're basically out of it. I mean, if you're gonna lose, you might as well lose and sell. I normally summon the King of the Swamps, and we're gonna Monster Gate him off. Come on, Dark Magician. Yes! Oh my gosh, we actually hit him.
My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Oh, you're cooked, Tobias. Not a single card in your deck can stand up to 2,500 attack. Boom! Yo.
Stop. Hammer time.
Oh, hammer time.
There is no hope here.
Well, at least we're not taking any damage here, so it's going to be a bit of a pass game here. Oh, the Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness comes down, and that's a 2k to the dome. We're going to draw the Dark Magician. If we get 1 poly, we can go to the Dark Flare Knight. That could be a sick play. We're going to take another 2,000 here. We have 1 turn left.
Part of the cards, guide me. I draw.
Oh my god! The Yami Yugi! His spirit is inside me!
Gay!
I feel it! I feel that the luck of the Pharaoh is on my side! These draws are insane! We're gonna go for the polymerization, fusing the Dark Magician and the King of the Swamps to make the Dark Flare Knight! Oh, you're cooked, Tobias. 2,200! You can't possibly beat this! Takes 200. Now, only like a hammer shot will save you now. Uh-oh, that's alarming. Okay, Granador comes down for the life point gain, I guess. How could this happen to me? I love. Well, I at least summoned the Dark Magician and the Dark Flare Knight. Alright, next up it's boring chaos. Nothing we haven't seen a million times before. We got the Mystic Tomatoes, we got the Chaos Sorts, the BLS, Yokoichi, Gravekeepers, Thunder Dragons, yada yada yada. You've seen this deck before, it's just been improved now with like the Braincon and the Return from the Different Dimension. Right, head into the game. Alright, looking at our opening hand, this is pretty good. We've got the Thunder Dragon, we've got easy light access to the grave. The Braincon is nice to see as well. Tabas is going to go for the Shining Angel off the bat. We're going to go for the Thunder Dragon shuffle here, get 2 to the grave and 1 to the hand. And then, I think we're just going to go for the Magical Merchant here, honestly. We just want to dump loads of cards into our grave. The Hysteric Fairy is going to come down, and we're going to lose the Magical Merchant to it. Start milling. Dekoichi, that's a Dark in the grave. Oh, we're going to get this Shallow Grave back. I don't mind seeing that, especially with the Dekoichi. Let's see whether I cheat and use it before Tabas has anything in the graveyard this game.
Make your bet.
Dust Tornado. Okay, I'm sure Magic Dammer's fine to lose that. Yeah, okay, absolutely cheating. Cannot use this when Tabas has no cards in the graveyard. I guess I didn't learn from last time that we played this card. Alright, we're going to set down the Magical Merchant, set down the Gravekeeper's Guard 2, and with this, hopefully, we can stave off Tabas's monsters. Okay, this is a bit annoying if he's going to get the pot into the Luminous Spark. Okay, Hysteric Fairy is going to clear the Guard Plants of Luminous Spark. We are going to bounce the Shining Angel to hand, though. And it's just going to come straight back down in the main phase, too. I'm going to set the Mystic Tomato pass. Reflect Bounder! Right, we're going to get the Torrential Tribute with the Magical Merchant, very nice to see, and we're going to lose the Mystic Tomato to the Hysteric Fairy, and we're going to lose the other one to the Reflect Bounder. Go into our final Tomato here.
Nice.
We're going to go for the painful choice, sending a Nobleman, a Gravekeeper Spy, a Jinzo, and an Upstart. Tobias gifts us the Upstart, which we're going to use and draw the Return. Oh, if we only had a Chaos Monster. I guess we have the Bazoo. We have the Bazoo. Bazoo, go. Oh,
Always spoiling my fun.
Bazoo goes boo hoo. We lost him before he could go 22. Braincon, we're going to go Magic Jammer. We're going to discard the Thunder Dragon, negate that. We just, oh. Am I just dead? Alright, we're going to go first this time. Hopefully we actually see any of our Chaos Monsters. Our opening hand is kind of all over the place. We're going to go for the Thunder Dragon and get the 2 in the grave. Obviously, the old Thunder Shuffle. Got the 3rd one to hand. We don't really want to commit the Don Zalug when I know it's just going to die, so we're just going to set down the Torrential and the Magic Jammer. Luminous Spark's going to come down, same with the Shining Angel. We're going to draw the Upstart Goblin, which is going to fire off, give Tabas 1,000, and draw the Sangan. Set down the Sangan, pass the turn. Ooh, Free the Brave Wanderer, eh? Didn't know you had this card. This card is nuts. You can manage 2 lights, target a face-up monster with higher attack than this card and destroy it. Very nice card, by the way. I'm going to go for the Torrential here, just out the whole board, but not if the My Body as a Shield has anything to say about it. I guess that Upstart basically paid for that for you. Okay, so everything gets protected here. But we're going to go for the Magic Jammer, discarding the Rite of Spirit. Everything will die. The Torrential withstands, and with Sangan, we're going to grab ourselves the DD Warrior Lady. Benefiting immensely from the Luminous Spark, we're going to summon her down. See if we can bait one of Tabas's traps here. No, okay. We don't really want to go for the Chaos Sorcerer into like no opponent's monsters, so we're just going to keep that guy in the hand for the next turn. Call of the Haunted comes down. Oh, the Freed is going to be revived here. And they're both going to banish each other in battle, mutually assured destruction, and I'm going to take 200 here. Our turn. Is it wrong to go for the Chaos Sork here? And the Don Zalug? This seems pretty tasty. Okay, Don Zalug, what card are you going to whip from Tabas's hand this time?
Double blast attack!
Come on, American Sniper. Bam!
And then one card in your hand is destroyed.
Bye-bye, second Luminous Spark. Okay. I'm still not feeling great, especially with the Brain Con. Oh. I was like, oh god, are you going to attribute that for the Air Knight Pass? But apparently not. That is just game. I'm going to speed this one into fast forward just because I know I've got more decks to showcase, and obviously I'm aware that this video is pretty long already. We're going to start with the Mobius in hand, which is pretty good. Terraform's going to come down and grab to pass the Luminous Spark. Shining Angel as well, we've seen this played many times before. We're going to go for the painful choice, sending the Upstart, Nobleman, and one each of our Light Darks and Jinzo. We're going to get the Upstart, we're going to pay gain the 1000 to Tabas, get a card, we're going to draw. We're going to go for Brain Control, go for the Mobius, blow up Tabas's back row. Mitch is always going to come down, and we're going to lose the Mobius too. Luminous Spark plus the Reflect Bounder, we're just going to destruct that, we don't want to deal with that. Thunder Dragon Shuffle here. And we're just going to summon down the old Magical Merchant. Unhappy, you're still playing Unhappy Girl. We're going to mill like all of our monsters, but at least we're getting Premature Burial out of it. That's pretty good. Card save return plus the Premature Burial means we're going to net a draw from the Jinzo summon, and we can set down the Spy. We're going to Magic Jam with the Hammer Shot, which we can't do because did we just forget that Jinzo was on the field? Wow, that is a major miss. We're going to banish the monster for the Bazoo to make him up to 25. Pot of Greed, draw 2 more. We're going to go for the Nobleman here, out the Court of the Haunted. And banish 2 more so the Bazoo can go to 22. Still loses the Hysteric Fairy though. Pot of Greed is going to come down. Tabas is going to go for another Shining Angel. We're going to lose our Mystic Tomato here. What do we have left in the deck? Oh, we still have Donzalud. We're going to draw Dokuchi. Where is our BLS? Did the BLS get milled years ago? It did, okay. No wonder I haven't seen him. We're going to start punching on into these Unhappy Girls. We eventually have to actually win the game before we deck out. Lightning Vortex is huge here, outing all of our monsters. And now Tabas's traps are back online. Dokuchi makes us draw. Sangan's going to die. We're going to have a Shining Angel. We are seriously low on advantage here. We're going to go for the Monster Reborn, bring back the Bazoo, make him big. Make him 25 alive. We're going to kill the Shining Angel, and Tabas has nothing left to flow into. We're both in gas at the moment, but we only have 1 card left in deck. We're going to have to go for this Bazoo into the Unhappy Girl. Put Tabas on to 600. We're going to go for the big return. Half our life points. Bring back Mobius, Jinzo. Everything is back, and the game is over. That was the biggest return of my life. I feel like I deliberately baited waiting until I had 0 cards in deck to use that, because I could have done that like 2 turns earlier and brought everything back to kill the Unhappy Girl. But I just wanted to rub it in your face to burst. That was like the achievement in Duel Links: win a game with 0 cards left in deck. Next up, we have probably the strongest iteration of Monarch decks the world has ever seen. Like seriously, we're obviously completely out of the realistic ban list for this time, but just look at this absolutely insane list.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Triple Brain Con, double Soul Exchange, the Premature Burial, double Creature Swap, Last Will. There are so many ways to steal Tabas's monsters to use them as tribute fodder for our powerful bosses like Armed Round Level 5, Mobius, Grand Marg, Thestalos, and Jinzo. Combine that with the floaters like Mystic Tomato, Giant Rat with the Creature Swap, and we can just absolutely decimate the board every single turn, at least in theory. Pairing with all of these like powerful Monarch strategies, we've obviously got a couple of Book of Moons, we've got the Monster Reborn, why not? We've got double My Body just to protect our big guys from stuff like Torrential, Bottomless and all that. We've got 1 Scapegoat. It doesn't really work for tribute fodder because these guys can't contribute for tribute summons, but it can be just good for sort of surviving extra turns. We've got the Shallow Grave. This could be pretty good to revive the Spy, and we have the Upstart. For the traps, we're playing double Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, 1 Ring of Destruction, and the Torrential Tribute. Alright, looking at our opening hand, we've got the Don and we've got the Thestalos. Drawing into Brain Con and the Book of Moon. We're going to set down the 2 of our back row, pass a turn. To pass a turn. Hyper Hammerhead comes down. Okay, we're going to take the 1500. Fair enough. Alright, we're going to go for the Brain Con, start the train rolling, steal that Hyper Hammerhead, tribute it off. Thestalos, let me peek at your hand to pass. Okay, we don't actually have the My Body this time, so the Thestalos will die, but at least he's going to drag your My Body to the grave. What are you doing on pass the turn here? We've got nothing else we can do. Berserk Gorilla comes down. Ooh, ah, get Book of Moo. Ah, Our turn upstart is fine. We're just going to give Tobias 1,000 life points here. Okay. We're going to go for the Mystic Tomato. Insect Knight comes down, and yeah, I can no longer ignore his power. I think I am basically dead. Mystic Tomato is going to float on into the middle Mystic. Oh, that's a pretty nice draw. We're going to Pot of Greed to the exiled Creature Swap. Oh, we have so much gas in the tank, but no Monarchs. We're going to go for the Creature Swap though. Steal Tobias's Insect Knight, because now we can run over and we can use the Donzalo to rip from Tobias's hand. Insect Knight's going to clear the Mystic Tomato. We're going to grab our third Mystic Tomato from the deck, and now we can start chunking away at Tobias's life points. 2,800 here, and we get to rip a card out.
Double blast attack!
Come on, American Sniper. Bam!
And then one card in your hand is destroyed.
Oh, and the Witch is down. Okay, Braincon is pretty good here, being able to steal our Mystic Tomato. I assume it's going away for the tribute of the Millennium Scorpion. Yeah, we're going to go for the Exile Force, summon that down, kill the Millennium Scorpion. Now we can last will grab ourselves the Rat from the deck, and we're not quite able to win with the Monster Reborn, but these two should be able to chunk Tobias' life down enough, and the Yakugire Panda goes down. A Hammer Shot is funny. We're going to lose the Donzalo here. I guess technically Tobias isn't dead, but he doesn't know we have the Monster Reborn, so Berserk Gorilla. Okay, I'm liking this hand quite a bit. See what Tobias is able to do. Gaia Power, that's huge when we're playing the Grand Marg and the Giant Rat. I don't mind seeing that card at all. We're going to go for the Upstart, draw into the Spy, which we're just going to have to set down here along with the Book of Moon. We're also going to go for the Bazoo, and we're going to take our Spy to the grave. And is the Hyper Hammer going to bother attacking in?
You goof, boy.
You know him on tributes, right? We're going to get, we're going to hit the Bottomless, which is going to hit the Grand Mark, so they definitely trade for each other. We're going to set down the Book of Moon and pass it back over to Tobias. This is becoming quite a lot to deal with. We're going to Book of Moon at least one of these Bazoos to shut down some of the damage. Ooh, I like seeing the Mobius here. We're going to go for the Premature Burial. Pay a hot 800, bring back the Spy, and Tobias. Mobius time! Bum, 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 Bazoo goes down. Uh-oh, why are you bringing these guys vertical? What are you gonna do? Oh no. Get booked, you Hyper Hammer head. You Hyper Hammer dead, more like. I should have saved that until I actually kill it. Right, we're going to summon the Giant Rat, and now Hyper Hammerhead, more like Hyper Hammer dead. And Bazoo meets a grisly fate to the Mobius. Tobias just passes, and we're going to draw the My Body. We're going to go for the Giant Rat here, and this looks to be pretty much lethal. Ooh, Yakugire Panda is, how big is this guy? He's on 23, not quite big enough to be able to deal with the Mobius, but fair enough, he does out the Rat, and the Rat will grab us the Exiled Force though. How long have you been in the Force, Tobias?
40 seconds!
Well, this is one of the cards I was worried about, but we do have the My Body here, taking us down to 1,200 life points, but preserving the Mobius and preserving the battle theme playing in the background. We're going to tribute the Exiled Force, get rid of the Yakugire, and we don't quite have lethal here, even with the Sangan attacking, so we're just going to set that down, tack on in with the Mobius, set down the Phoenix Wing Moonblast, and this should be... Okay, it ain't game ho yet. He's going to steal the Mobius here, tribute it off for the Millennium Scorpion, and yeah, now we can just Phoenix Wing Moonblast, put that guy on top of the deck, and safely, well, we can just put here, but safely flip over the Sangan, and get in for lethal. I have returned once more to torment Tobias with a new, terrifying deck, presenting Magical Scientist FTK. This deck aims to use the Magical Scientist's ability to summon monsters from my extra deck, to tribute them off to... This deck aims to use the Magical Scientist to summon as many fusions as possible. Then, if we have the catapult turtle out, we contribute every single fusion to deal stacks of 1050 damage again and again and again and again until Tobias's life force is no more and his soul is mine. The standout card, of course, is Magical Scientist, and our main strategy is getting this card onto the field along with the catapult turtle. To that end, we are playing Mother Grizzly, who can float into the turtle, Sandgad, who can grab either piece to our hand, Apprentice Magician, who can float on in to the Scientist, and then we are also playing Cannon Soldier, Blackluster Soldier, Gillosaurus, and Jinzo as other strong general-purpose monsters. For our spell lineup, we have Last Will. This card is insane as it allows us to summon the Scientist directly from the deck as soon as a monster leaves our field. We are also playing 2 Monster Gate to this effect. Imagine tributing off a Sangan with this, pulling out the catapult turtle from the deck, and then last willing into Magical Scientist. That is the dream. We are playing Monster Reborn and Monster Reincarnation to manipulate our board and our hand to have the monsters we need at any given time. We're playing triple and Nobleman of Extermination to dismiss any trap cards Tobias may try to pull on us. We have the Pot of Greed with a Premature Burial and Double Reasoning, again, just ways to access our powerful monsters. For the traps, every card imaginable that can prevent battle damage. Then cards that can enable us to draw our cards faster, such as the Good Goblin Housekeeping and the Reckless Greed. Finally, Bottomless Trap Hole, Draining Shield, Magic Cylinder, and the 7 tools of the Bandit can help to make sure that we have the requisite life points to enact our FTK. With this, Tobias's soul will finally be mine. Looking at our opening hand, I can see the Scientist has made his way here already. It's always good to see. Umi Ryuka, you think you can beat me with the water deck, eh? It will take more than a sea serpent to stand up to my cards. I draw. I'll set down 3 back row and pass my turn. Granadora? I'll fire my Bottomless Trap Hole, banishing your Granadora from the game. You've fallen into my trap. I activate the Magic Cylinder trap card, reflecting the damage back at you. Draw! I'll set down 1 more card before passing my turn. During the standby phase, I'll activate Thunderer of Ruler, preventing you from declaring an attack this turn. I draw. The Mother Grizzly. Things are coming together nicely. I'll activate the Nobleman of Extermination trap card, banishing your back row. And then the Good Goblin Housekeeping, letting me draw 1 card. To another new one. I'll shuffle this card back to the bottom of my deck, then set down 1 monster and end my turn. Another Granadora? I'm afraid I'm going to have to surrender. See you in game 2. Game 2, Tobias, and this time I'll be going first. I'll activate Pot of Greed. This spell card enables me to draw 2 more cards. I'll set down 2 back row and 1 monster and pass the turn. Umiruka and Sea Serpent again? How predictable. As my Sangan dies in battle, I will use him to grab the Apprentice Magician from my deck to my hand. I'll set down 1 mystery monster and another back row and pass the turn. I'm just going for battle? That's alright by me. I'll activate Draining Shield, gaining 2,300 life points. My turn. I'll set down 1 new back row and another monster and pass the turn. Zombida, how comes you're still playing cards for Metal Raiders, Tobias? I'll bottomless him out of here. And as the Apprentice Magician falls, I'll float on into the Magical Scientist. I draw. And now, Tobias, get ready for pain unlike anything you've ever experienced. I'll activate my Nobleman of Extermination to remove your pesky back row from the field. Then I'll flip over my magical scientist and tribute summon my catapult turtle. If you hadn't put 2 and 2 together now, Tobias, you're dead. I'll use the magical scientist, paying 3,000 life points to summon down the triple roaring ocean snake. Now, using the catapult turtle, I will tribute each of them off, dealing 1,150 damage to you for each of them, given they were all boosted by 500 points thanks to the Yumiruka. Now, using scientist once more, I'll pay another 3,000, summoning Sandwich, and the Punished Eagle. Catapult Turtle, tribute each of these off to deal another 1,050 for each of them. And now, with your life points sitting at less than 1,000, I can use Magical Scientist one last time to summon the Dark Flare Knight and tribute him off for the final 950 damage. The game is mine! Now we're one game all. If I take this next duel, your soul will be lost forever. The classic start of Yumiruka and Sea Serpent. Why am I not surprised? I'll fire off my Pot of Greed, which is a spell card that enables me to draw 2 new cards from my deck. Then I'll set down 1 monster and 3 back row and pass the turn. Zombiora again? He's gonna be faced with my bottomless trap hole. As Sangan falls in battle, I'll use him to grab the catapult turtle from my deck to my hand. Draw! Oh, I have everything. I'll fire off the Reckless Greed trap card, letting me draw 2 more cards. At the expense of my next 2 draw phases, I'll fire off the Nobleman of Extermination, banishing this back row. And now, I'll use the Monster Reincarnation spell card. I'll discard my Catapult Turtle to recur the Sangan to my hand. I'll summon the Magical Scientist. No! How can this be? The Ring of Destruction. My scientist falls to the wayside. Uh-oh. I set 1 card face down and end my turn. Another Zombira? Never fear, I activate my trap, 0 gravity, turning them both to defense mode. My turn, I'll normal summon the Sangan and use him to attack over your Zombira. In your standby phase, I'll activate the Thunderer Ruler, protecting me yet again for another turn. I'll tribute the Sangan to bring forth the Jin Zone. You thought I was out of the game, Tobias, just because you'd beaten my magical scientist. But my deck is full of surprises, is it not? Jinzo, attack over the Sea Serpent. I end my turn. No! Hammer Shot! My machine is fried! But not for long, because I have the Monster Reborn spell card. With this, I can recur the Jinzo back to my field. I'll summon my Cannon Soldier too. Tobias, if I'm not much mistaken, this is over half your life points, gone in an instant. I end my turn. 1 more turn, Tobias, and your soul will be mine. Lightning? Are you kidding me? My monsters, gone. I'll set down 1 back row. I don't care about your dust tornado. Getosaurus, attack on in for 1,400. I'm putting you on a 2-turn clock, Tobias. You better draw a monster fast or your soul will be mine. Granadora? Uh-oh. The game might be over. I'll set down 1 card and pass the turn. As you attack, I'll use the Draining Shield trap card to drain the Granadora's damage and heal myself up by 2,400. I'll set 1 card and end my turn. Ugh! It's a lot of damage, Tobias. Blackluster Soldier! Could this be the end? Ugh! There are no light monsters in my grave. And this means I lose. You win, Tobias.
And the winner is Duelist number 3,
Tobias.
Phew, and Yami Bembo is not stealing Tobias' soul today. You got 1 win with the FDK deck, but that's not enough to win the match, mate. Goodbye. Tobias' soul is safe once more, which is really good because otherwise I wouldn't have anybody to duel against. So, next episode, the 2 sets we will be opening are Dark Revelation 3, which reprints a lot of cards from, I think, Soul of the Duelist, Rise of Destiny, and that ilk, and Cybernetic Revolution, which is the second core GX set and introduces Cyber Dragon to the game amongst basically nothing else. Alright, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you managed to make it this far, do leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.